Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
Ever get that feeling like when you're scrolling online? Like, is everything I'm seeing just American? And I don't just mean like the obvious stuff, right? But like the subtle things. The things we might not even realize are shaped by American culture. Well, today we are diving deep into that very question. The pervasive influence of American culture online.
It's so interesting, isn't it? It really is a fascinating phenomenon.
Yeah,
American culture has this way of popping up in the online world,
right.
often in ways we wouldn't expect.
Yeah,
It goes way beyond just products or, the latest trends.
right. It's like Americanness is like woven into the fabric of the internet itself.
Yeah.
And to really understand how we got here, I think we need to rewind a bit,
Yeah.
back before the internet even existed.
Right.
Our source material points to Hollywood and the music industry as like major players in this.
Yeah.
Um,
Think about those classic films.
yeah,
Casablanca, Gone with the Wind.
yeah,
They weren't just telling stories.
yeah,
They were exporting a whole vision of life, the
right.
American dream,
Yeah.
the aspirations, the values.
Mm-hmm.
This content traveled the globe, planting the seeds of American culture long before the age of the internet.
So each movie, each song was like a cultural ambassador in a way.
Precisely.
Oh.
And music especially has this remarkable ability to transcend borders.
Yeah.
Jazz, rock and roll, hip-hop genres that originated in America became global sensations.
Absolutely. And we can't forget about those iconic American brands.
Yeah.
Like, just those golden arches of McDonald's.
Yep.
You see them anywhere in the world and you know exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah.
They became symbols of something bigger.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
These brands, with their global reach, played a significant role in normalizing American culture around the world,
Right.
creating a sense of familiarity, even aspiration
Yeah.
that extended far beyond burgers and fries.
Okay, so we've got this undercurrent of American cultural influence already flowing around the world.
Right.
And then, bam, the internet explodes.
Right.
Information everywhere, connecting everyone.
Yeah.
You'd think that would have leveled the playing field,
Yeah, you would think.
allowed for more diverse voices.
That was the hope.
Yeah.
And the internet did give us more voices,
Okay.
more ways to connect than ever before,
Yeah.
but it also amplified some of those existing power structures. The biggest names online,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram,
Mhm.
YouTube,
Right.
they're all American companies.
So what happens in Silicon Valley doesn't stay in Silicon Valley anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These platforms have become the new global town squares.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not just about the content itself.
Okay.
It's about how these platforms are designed. The algorithms they use have an enormous impact on what we see, what
Right.
we share,
Mm.
even what we think is important.
Okay, let's unpack these algorithms a bit.
Yeah.
I'll admit, it sometimes feels like magic.
Right.
How does Instagram know I suddenly want to see pictures of bonsai trees?
Right.
Like,
It can feel eerie.
it really can.
It's not magic, though. It's those algorithms, complex computer programs designed to predict what you want to see based on your past behavior.
Right.
Every click,
Yeah.
every video you watch,
Right.
all of it gets fed into the system.
So that data gets crunched by the algorithm to create that, if you liked that, you'll love this effect.
Precisely. And these algorithms are constantly learning, refining their predictions
Yeah.
based on what you and millions of others are doing online.
Right.
But, and this is crucial, algorithms aren't neutral.
Okay.
They are designed by people.
Right.
And even with the best intentions, but those people, their backgrounds, their cultural contexts,
Yeah.
all of it gets embedded in the algorithms themselves.
So even if a platform says, hey, we're all about diversity, the way those algorithms work might actually be limiting the diversity of viewpoints we see.
That's the concern.
Yeah.
Even unintentionally, these algorithms can create what we call filter bubbles
Right.
or echo chambers,
Yeah.
where we're primarily exposed to information that confirms our existing beliefs.
It's like the algorithm is trying to keep us happy by showing us more of what we already like.
Yeah.
But in the process, it might be shielding us from other perspectives.
Right.
Challenging ideas, even crucial information.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really, that brings us to the heart of this whole discussion
Right.
about American cultural influence online, right? Those echo chambers,
Uh-huh.
they don't exist in a vacuum.
Right.
They're shaped by the very algorithms we've been talking about.
Right.
Algorithms that are often designed with a particular worldview in mind.
Okay, so we're talking about algorithms that might even unintentionally prioritize certain types of content, certain viewpoint
Right.
over others.
Precisely. Let's say an American company develops a social media platform.
Okay.
Their engineers, their designers,
Uh-huh.
they're all coming from a specific cultural background.
Right.
They have their own assumptions about what's considered normal, what's considered interesting, even what's considered appropriate.
Right.
And those assumptions, conscious or unconscious, can actually find their way into the code itself.
So even if they're not deliberately trying to promote American culture,
Right.
the way they design the platform, the way the algorithms work,
Yeah,
it might naturally favor certain perspectives over others.
exactly. It's like building a house.
Okay.
You might not consciously set out to make it look like every other house on the block. But if you're using the same blueprints, the same materials, the same design principles,
Right.
chances are it's going to end up looking pretty similar.
Yeah.
And in the case of the internet, those blueprints are often rooted in American cultural norms and values.
That makes sense. But it's not just about the design of the platforms themselves, right?
Right.
We also have to talk about the content
Sure.
that's being created and shared.
Absolutely. Think about the sheer volume of content that originates from the United States.
Yeah.
Hollywood movies, TV shows, music news, all of it gets amplified on a global scale through these platforms.
Right.
And because algorithms often prioritize content that's already popular,
Yeah.
it creates a kind of feedback loop where American culture gets even more visibility,
Right.
further reinforcing its influence.
So it becomes a self-perpetuating cycle where American cultural products are more likely to be seen,
Yeah.
more likely to be shared, and therefore more likely to shape the online experience for everyone.
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting because
Okay.
we haven't even factored in the rise of artificial intelligence.
Right. The source material mentioned, AI can create art and music now.
Right.
It's amazing, but also a little unnerving when you think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
Because AI, in many ways, is a reflection of the data it's trained on.
Right.
And if that data is predominantly shaped by one particular culture,
Yeah.
then the AI itself is going to inherit those biases, those assumptions.
So even if you tell an AI to be objective,
Yeah.
its output might still reflect those underlying cultural influences?
Precisely. It's like teaching someone a new language, but you're only using books written by a single author.
Okay.
They might learn the rules of grammar,
Right.
the vocabulary,
Yeah.
but their understanding of the language will always be filtered through that one particular perspective.
Wow. That's a powerful analogy.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us? It
Yeah.
can feel overwhelming, like we're just along for the ride at the mercy of these algorithms,
Yeah.
AI systems that are shaping our online experiences.
It's true. We don't have complete control.
Yeah.
But we're not powerless either.
Yeah.
We can be more mindful of our online consumption habits, like actively seeking out diverse sources,
Okay.
different viewpoints,
Yeah.
even if it makes us a little uncomfortable.
So how can we actually do that? Like, how can we be smarter than the algorithm?
Yeah. Think of it like diversifying your media diet.
Okay.
Just like you wouldn't want to eat only one type of food.
Right.
You shouldn't consume information from only one type of source.
That's a great way to think about it. So maybe actively follow a news organization
Yeah.
that has a different viewpoint from your own, or seek out voices on social media from different cultures, different backgrounds,
Right.
even if their opinions challenge your own.
Exactly. It's about being intentional,
Yeah?
about actively seeking out diverse perspectives to broaden your own understanding of the world.
Right. It's like you're saying we need to break out of our comfort zones a bit.
Precisely, growth comes from stepping outside of those familiar spaces,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Encountering different ways of thinking, different ways of seeing the world.
And it's not just about what we read or watch, right? It's also about how we engage online. Every share, every comment,
Sure.
it's like a vote, telling those algorithms what we want to see more of.
Absolutely. You have more power than you realize
Yeah.
to shape the online landscape.
Yeah.
Are you amplifying voices from diverse backgrounds? Are you engaging in thoughtful discussions even when you disagree?
Right.
These actions, however small they may seem, contribute to creating a more inclusive and representative online world.
So we're not just passive consumers, we're active participants in shaping this digital world.
Exactly. And that brings us back to our initial question.
Okay.
Is everything online simply a reflection of American culture?
But sure.
It's undoubtedly a powerful influence, but it doesn't have to be the only one. By being conscious of these dynamics, by actively seeking out diversity, by using our voices thoughtfully, we can all contribute to creating a richer and more vibrant online experience for everyone.
So to everyone listening, be curious, be critical.
Yeah.
Think about the kind of online world you want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And then take those small but meaningful steps to help build it. One click, share one thoughtful comment at a time. We can make a difference.
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.